Well, it's been a while since we've had a Boeing 787 update, and Boeing is long overdue for some good news. But unfortunately, if you're watching this at Boeing headquarters while taking 5 in the porcelain cockpit, you might want to look for some calming ASMR videos to watch instead, because unfortunately there is still not much good news for the Dreamliner. Well, this week, once again, the FAA dashed Boeing's hopes that the 787 defect fixes would be approved anytime soon. Oh, and breaking news just into the Maximus Aviation newsroom. Also this week, at a press briefing, RyanAir CEO Michael O'Leary said that it's time for a leadership shakeup at Boeing. He said because Boeing executives are, quote, running around like headless chickens as they continue to struggle to sell planes while failing to deliver the planes they've already sold. But as often is the case in aviation news, what started out as one story has turned into two. And I'm going to tell you about both next on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. So let's start with the FAA story, and then I'll tell you what's got Michael O'Leary's knickers in a twist. So back in February, the FAA informed Boeing that they would no longer be trusting them to self-certify the airworthiness of their own aircraft, dealing a blow to Boeing, who was hoping that they would be able to keep the 787 certification process in-house. However, after the disastrous MAX program, which resulted in 2 deadly accidents, as well as global embarrassment for the FAA was forced to remove Boeing from the self-certification process. Boeing, which hasn't been able to deliver any new Dreamliners since May of 2021 due to its production flaws, was also informed by the FAA in February that once deliveries of the 787 resume, it will perform final inspections, not Boeing. And the FAA would also retain the power to clear each new plane until it's confident that Boeing's quality control and manufacturing consistently produces 787s that meet FAA design standards. The FAA also said Boeing must have a plan for handling planes that need reworking. They said that this will allow Boeing to confirm the effectiveness of measures it has undertaken to improve the 787 manufacturing process. So that brings us to today's topic. Even though Boeing will no longer be self-certifying, they're still responsible for documenting every step of the Dreamliner repair process and submit those documents to the FAA before official certification takes place, releasing over 100 undelivered planes to customers. So on April 27th, Boeing, hoping it had finally turned the corner and would get their Dreamliner back into the air, turned in all of the required documentation to the FAA, anticipating that the planes will finally be certified. Boeing CEO David Calhoun even highlighted the document submission in the company's April 27th earnings call, calling it a very important step and saying it was preparing the first 787s for delivery, but stopped short of providing a date. However, releasing this information to the board ahead of time had its intended effect by driving Boeing's stock up as much as 6.2%. So now Reuters News is reporting that some little anonymous FAA birdies have told them that the FAA rejected Boeing's latest round of certification documentation and sent it back to them with a message basically telling Boeing, "No soup for you."
No soup for you! Come back 1 year!
Because according to the FAA source, the Boeing documentation was, as they put it, incomplete. The source said the FAA identified, quote, a number of omissions in Boeing's documentation submitted in late April. Boeing's certification package is a sprawling set of documents and data that shows the jet's compliance. The package lays out inspections and repairs Boeing will undertake on dozens of planes sidelined by production flaws. Boeing's chief financial officer, Brian West, made upbeat comments on the 787's progress at a Goldman Sachs conference this week. He said this certification plan submission was an important milestone, and it reflects a very thorough, comprehensive set of documents that verifies that we are in conformance, and there has been an enormous amount of work into that, working side by side with the FAA along the way. Of course, he said all this before this week's FAA announcement that the documents were incomplete. But I guess the silver lining in all of this is that Boeing's Brian West also said that they haven't seen any new defects pop up on the Dreamliner in a while. Wes said, so we're working hard on making sure that the submission is thorough, and now the FAA has it and we're standing by ready and willing to enter any discussion, answer any question, and help them do their work as they move through their certification protocols. But unfortunately for Boeing, just like bees, bad news comes in swarms, because Bloomberg reported this week that hard-driving RyanAir CEO Michael O'Leary has publicly lost his patience with Boeing. In a press conference following RyanAir's full-year earnings release, O'Leary, holding nothing back, said that Boeing is in dire need of an overhaul, and said Boeing executives are running around like headless chickens, both struggling to sell planes and failing to deliver those they've sold. O'Leary's comments come on the heels of executives from aircraft leasing giants Air Lease Corporation and Avalon Holdings, stating that they have become annoyed with the constant Dreamliner delivery delays. And Avalon's CEO Domhnall Slater said that Boeing has lost its way and needs a fresh vision and new leaders. O'Leary said RyanAir was expecting to get most of its new 737s for the summer by April, but Boeing failed to supply them on time, forcing them to pull some capacity. O'Leary added that Boeing's plan to move its headquarters from Chicago to Virginia may be good for the defense side, but won't fix fundamental underlying problems on the civilian aircraft side in Seattle. So like I said at the top, this video was originally going to be about the FAA and Boeing, but I think the Michael O'Leary RyanAir story is the real headline here. And it's not only him that thinks Boeing has lost its way and needs a fresh vision and new leaders. Emirates President Tim Clark has been saying that for a while now, along with other Boeing customers and leasing companies. But it seems the louder Boeing customers complain, the quieter that Boeing gets. And that silence speaks volumes. That's what I think. How about you? Let me know down below. Well, that's going to wrap it up for now. As always, if you would like to help support the channel so I can keep bringing you quality content, the links are always in the description. And of course, on your way out, please be sure to subscribe if you think I've earned it. And don't forget to like, share, and ring the bell. And remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time in the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.